Hello, welcome to Faces of VJ, a podcast proudly brought to you by Victorians as we share with you our personal journey via Victoria. Today, we are going to be talking about our CCA experiences, which is of course an important aspect of student life. And join with me are Alia, Theodore, Neha, Arya, and Aloysius. Perhaps why don't we all start with your names and also your roles in your CCAs.
Hi, I'm Aliyah, the chairperson of Drama Club.
Hi, I'm Theodore, chairperson of debates.
Hi, I'm Neha and I'm the chairperson of Writers Circle.
And I'm Arya, I'm chairperson of iGlobe, our school's Global Affairs Society.
Yep, and I'm Aloysius, chairperson of Earthwatch.
Alright, thank you guys for all being here with us today. Let's get straight into the thick of things, right? What are your CCAs all about? Perhaps Theodore, you would want to go first?
We are about debating.
Wow, incredible. Do you have anything else to add?
We do debate, but people say that people attribute debating to arguing, but I think debating is really not that. It's like a structured conversation about a controversial topic, and both sides both have valid arguments and they're both trying to put them out. So it's really about bringing out an insightful discussion. So yeah.
Yeah, bring out the finer details, right? I'm guessing, Arya, something similar for you?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, iGlobe is the school's Global Affairs Society. So what we do, for the most part, is discuss controversial global issues and current affairs. So typically, you have to look at different perspectives to arrive at a meaningful conclusion, because usually you're not just representing one point of view. There's often several involved, especially when several countries or several stakeholders are involved. So usually you have to be embracing of different point of views, because that really allows you to understand the different topics and to really arrive at a proper conclusion.
Interesting stuff. And then how about you, for you, Alia?
I think, unlike what usually people believe about drama, it's not just about acting on the stage. It's like an important part of the CCA, of course, and most of us do act. But I think that Drama Club has so much more to offer. Like, if I had to tell you all the different things, I probably wouldn't finish, but here's a list of the ones that I can tell you now. Dancing, singing, set and costume design, makeup, lighting design, stage management, and so much more. So many diverse talents, and I hope you join us too.
Yeah, that's intriguing. A lot of things to work on. And for perhaps Aloysius, Earthwatch.
I think what Earthwatch truly represents is actually a platform for everybody to come together, where we are just a community with everyone that is passionate for Earth-related matters, be it like gardening or advocacy of social climate issues. So we are just a CCA that's very, in that sense, proactive for the environment.
And then to cap things off, Writers Circle?
Well, for what we do in Writers Circle, the answer is a no-brainer. We write. So depending on our writers' preferences, they're exposed to different forms of creative and journalistic writing. And sometimes you even get to experiment with the intersections between the two. So we get to explore a lot of varied genres of writing, from poetry on abstract themes to more fact-based reporting of school events. But in the end, it all boils down to learning to express your thoughts and opinions in the best way possible, which I guess is a sentiment shared with some of the other CCAs as well.
Yeah, I think this is it's a common theme across all of the CCAs, right? And also for Earthwatch as well when it comes to Earth-related matters. But it all sounds interesting, right? I think there'll be a lot of prospective students, perhaps our listeners out there who will be interested to join your CCAs. But maybe one question that they will have is that actually, are there any prerequisites to actually join your CCAs? Maybe we can start with Earthwatch this time.
I think for Earthwatch, what we really look out for, in that sense, we aren't looking for prerequisites in people, but what we really want our members to have when they come to wanting to join Earthwatch is actually that spirit of being very open to discussion, as well as that passion for the earth. So because we do gardening, and gardening requires a lot of effort and takes time as well, so that patience really comes into play. So it is just like that small minor personality in that sense that we want members to have when they come into our CCA.
And then for drama?
It's the same thing, actually. I think all you really need for drama is just an interest in the craft and a willingness to learn from those who actually have the experience to do it. And it's not easy, but I would say it's rewarding.
And then for what about debate?
There are no prerequisites. I think right now more than half of the J2 debaters have never debated when they join debate. But I think one thing that you need to at least grow out of is being able to put yourself out there and just speak. Like right now, before joining, you can still be stage shy, but as you continue debating, you have to be able to learn that you need to put yourself out there. I mean, it's debate, so you have to speak. So.
For Writer's Circle, everyone who is interested is welcome to join. No one is going to like scrutinize your secondary school English grades and see whether you're fit for the CCA. But even if you think your writing isn't very good, we do a lot of peer feedback and editing as part of the writing process. So we are constantly learning from each other and improving together, as long as you are willing to participate and submit the assignments that are given out during CCA.
And as for iGroup?
So there are no prerequisites to join iGroup. So typically we would like it if you have prior Model United Nations experience, but it's not necessary. But what we do need is a passion for global affairs and current affairs. And also you have to perform well in an interview, or you have to go through an interview to be selected.
I think passion has been quite a consistent theme that's been brought up, right? I think for some of you, for example, Alia, right? You had no experience in drama before you even joined, and now you absolutely love it, right? And what I'm interested to hear as well is for your CCAs, of course, it's going to require you to put in a lot of time as well, time and effort, commitments. Are you guys actually able to handle them? Maybe we can start off with Aria this time.
So for the most part, iGroup sessions are only conducted once a week. Occasionally it's twice a week, but that's pretty rare. So usually it's quite manageable. Sometimes we have additional work when it comes to managing the conferences and competitions that iGlobe organizes. But these really are sort of one-off events, and the preparation for them might be tedious, but they contribute to a pretty unique CCA experience. So I'd say it's pretty worth it.
I think it goes without being said, when you guys have events, I think for all your CCAs, you would have them as well. When you guys have them, of course, more effort needs to be put in, and that's going to require a lot more effort, right? But of course, when it's more lax as well, it seems like you guys will take the time off to actually enjoy the process, right? For Neha?
Even for Writer's Circle, which I think many people believe is a more so-called chill CCA, we do have our more taxing periods. One of these would be our annual event called Glossolalia. It's organized by our CCA to showcase the works of our writers through live performances and readings. So honestly, I believe that it's worth it to put in that extra effort, because it's really very rewarding to have something to call your own as a badge, and that's something that a lot of us have learned not to take for granted from watching our seniors experience this past year. As we witnessed quite a few CCA events get cancelled due to COVID-19. So I think a lot of us we've learned to treasure this experience more due to COVID. Yeah.
And then for drama, there's performances and SYF, of course, right?
Yeah. When I started in the CCA, we had SYF before, COVID-19 took it out. And when I was doing it, it was quite demanding. But I think overall, it's still manageable like any other CCA. But I think the best thing about Drama Club is the flexibility that it can afford you. There are many different roles, as I mentioned just now, in a performance, right? And whether your attendance usually has to depend on what role you have. So if you have a main role, obviously you come every day. Not every day, isn't every session. And for supporting roles, you can come less often. So if you have a lot of other commitments, choose a supporting role.
Yeah, it seems like at least for the 5 of you here, your schedules are pretty often packed with your CCA commitments, right? But of course, there is, as you guys mentioned, that bit of flexibility to it as well. But I guess, for the casual listener there, what's the point of joining a CCA? What sort of value does it bring to you guys? Maybe you can start with Neha for this one.
I think essentially CCAs help you to ensure that your whole JC experience isn't only centered around boring old academics, So apart from introducing me to new people, some of whom I've become very close to, I think my CCA really pushes me to step out of my comfort zone and think out of the box to express myself in both a clear and engaging manner. Yeah.
And then for Aloysius?
I think what Watch really provides us and my members is actually a safe space for everybody to actually exchange their ideas and actually interact around. So you will join with your friends, and the interaction is something that's really valued. and it actually plays a vital role in actually shaping your JC life, I would say. And it's just going beyond the academic stuff, so that it's more for the all-rounded development in that sense, such that you will enjoy JC life more.
And then how about iGlobe?
So typically, the benefits presented by iGlobe include a greater understanding of like political, economic, and social issues. And on top of that, you really learn to accept new ideas, because there's always new ideas being thrown around, and you really have to embrace them if you want to really further a discussion or really arrive at a good conclusion. And on top of that, I think as you discuss more and more, you get more confident in your ability to speak. And if you want a more practical benefit, being in iGlobe also helps you with general paper.
I think being in an arts CCA like drama, everyone sort of knows that this helps with, learning who you really are and like learning how to express yourself without fear of judgment. But I think I want to stress how with all like those different areas of performance we have, there's like so many things you're exposed to, and how like you get to see the different ways that they provide a platform for you to like search within yourself and find what really works best for you. And I think also it's a great way to gain confidence.
For debates, I feel like it's one of the rare places where you can have just a lot of insightful discussion, and it's really a safe space to talk about any topic and push out any argument that you want. I mean, you can talk about how it help you with GP and stuff, but to me, it's really about having a safe space for discussing controversial issues.
All right, interesting stuff. So obviously, taking up a CCA in JC seems to be obviously beneficial, right? Not just for the individual, academics-wise, but also holistically from multiple different viewpoints, right? And with that, we've come to the end, right? Thank you to all five of you once again, Neha, Arya, Alia, Aloysius, and Theodore, right? Thank you to the five of you, and to our dear listeners as well. Thank you for tuning into Faces of VJ and joining us today via Victoria. If you'd like to find out more about VJC, do remember to visit our eOpen House website, Games website, and our YouTube channel to catch up on the previous podcast as well. Bye-bye.
Bye.